I am so sorry about that. I did not realize there was a 15-minute limit on this Screen-O-Matic application. At any rate, I will go on to the next slide, and please excuse the two recordings. So, healthcare beliefs and practices. American Indians have a belief in a traditional healing versus Western American medicine. Western American medicine relies more heavily on medications, and traditional healing is more inner healing versus outer healing, and it has to do with herbs. It involves spirituality. The beliefs are very rooted in culture, and in general, there's just a mistrust of Western medicine. Again, with attitudes towards healthcare practitioners, there is a general mistrust with the American Indians, with physicians, hospitals, and healthcare providers. They're very rooted in their culture and in their beliefs, and they're kind of isolated from the rest of the population, and therefore there's just a natural mistrust. Plus, with what they've been through in their past. In regards to the rest of us in the United States and how the American Indians were treated. There is a preference for traditional practices versus our medication-based practices, and again, just a general dislike for medications, and the want and need to have a natural approach instead of medications such as herbs. Nursing implications. In order to be culturally sensitive, you just need to research the culture. And in the case of American Indians, listen and allow time for communication. Ask about the use of natural herbs and incorporate that when possible in the care. And just to respect cultural differences with death, spirituality, and childbirth. With communication, it's important that when dealing with the American Indians that you do not gaze directly when speaking. Make sure that you take periods of time where you look away. Allow ample time for communication and listen more than you speak. Allow time for the patient to say what they want to say. And it may take some time because, again, there's some natural mistrust. Allow and encourage the storytelling that is so important in the culture. And direct the questions at the patient and not at the family, so that they're able to answer the questions. In regards to health promotion, education, promoting a healthy lifestyle is very important with the American Indian. A lot of the chronic conditions are rooted in an unhealthy lifestyle. So meal planning is important to incorporate the lean proteins and whole grains and vegetables and fruit, which are not generally in the diet. Exercise is important. There's generally a lack of exercise with the American Indians. And, it's important because alcohol is such an issue. Discuss the alcohol consumption. It's not taboo. It's something that needs to be discussed. Also, safe operation of vehicles, which involves not driving under the influence and with the importance of wearing seatbelts. Those are two very preventable situations. And then finally, educating on the importance of regular checkups and health screenings. Health screenings in general are not done on a regular basis with the American Indian, and I believe that if we are able to get that importance across, then maybe we can get ahead of some of these conditions that are chronic. Maybe we can catch them before they become chronic. It's important to respect the beliefs of birth, death, and religion when caring for any patients, but especially American Indians. Respect and their desire to limit males in the delivery room, and see if you can possibly facilitate having a midwife in the room. Honor that preference of the midwife, and allow the alternate positioning. That is the preference of the American Indian. If there is a need for spiritual support do what you can to get a shaman in. Embrace the view that death is the beginning of another journey, even if it's not your view. And respect the view on autopsies, and respect patients' view in general of religion and anything else that is important to the culture. And do your best not to judge, especially knowing the importance that they place on body language. Ethical considerations. The ethical issue that I became aware of is that Indian women are not permitted to have abortions through the Indian Health Service. That is the primary health care for the American Indians, and it's federally funded, and federally funded programs do not allow for the paying for abortion services. So in effect, Indian women are treated differently, and they don't have the same rights as other women. The resolution that I came up with was to seek out nonprofit groups that can provide that service that can't be provided through IHS for the Indian women. And there's also a medication, Mifeprex, which ends pregnancy in the early stages and is not considered abortion, and that would be something that could be provided under the IHS services. In conclusion, American Indians have different views on religion, death, birth, and child rearing. It's really important to familiarize yourself with these differences and to do your best not to be judgmental, not to show how you might feel about something you don't agree with. It's important to respect any differences and to alter your communication style so that it's comfortable for the patient and it allows that trust to take place that is not generally there. It's imperative to allow for a good comfort level, as there is a natural mistrust with Western medicine. And it's really important to educate yourselves on the to educate them on the benefits of regular physician visits and health screenings to prevent those chronic conditions. Thank you so much for joining me on this American Indian journey. Thank you.